back to the channel. So in my last video I talked about some of the people that I've met while being on Instagram. Now at first I didn't want anything to do with Instagram because I had Facebook. What do I need Instagram for? That's what these younger kids are using with all these hashtags, this, that, and the other. But I've come to learn that it's actually pretty cool because you see, like on Facebook, it's about who you know, whereas on Instagram everything's searchable with the hashtags. So anybody can post anything, but if it's got a hashtag, then you'll be able to see it. So it's a good way for you to kind of network and meet people with common interests as you. And I found that a lot of us that are on YouTube and content creators and moto vloggers are also on Instagram. So on Saturday, this past Saturday, I decided to go and meet up with Dave and Angie's Adventures. You can find Dave and Angie's channel down in the description below. I'm going to leave a link to it. And they're also on Instagram. Now, they just moved from Colorado to Northwest Arkansas. So on Saturday morning, I left Central Arkansas and went over to the town of Ozark, Arkansas, and then headed north on Arkansas Highway 23, which is also known as the Pig Trail, to the community of Cass. Now, whenever you get to Cass, there on the right is the Turner Bend store. The original plan with Dave and Angie was that we were going to stop there at Turner Bend, have lunch, and then do a little riding, and then go our separate ways. Well, Dave and Angie ended up getting to Cass before I did and found out that they don't serve food and there's not a restaurant there at Turner Bend store. So anyway, they went ahead and went around the corner over to the Owerk General Store in Owerk, Arkansas. So whenever I made it to Cass, I looked at my phone and found out this information and just decided, okay, I'll go ahead and head north and I'll make a ride on Arkansas Highway 215 and head over to Owerk myself. Now, if you haven't ridden the Pig Trail, it's kind of rough as far as like the road surface and stuff like that, but there's a lot of beautiful curves, there's an overlook. I mean, it's just beautiful scenery for western Arkansas, so definitely check it out. Now, Arkansas Highway 215 is also very scenic in and of itself because it basically snakes and runs alongside the Mulberry River. Now, in the footage that I had before this, the GoPro doesn't really do a great job, but the Mulberry River was a beautiful aqua blue that day, and that's what I love about being in the Ozarks is the water is, just this unique aqua blue color, if not, these crystal clear streams. And I really enjoy getting over there and hiking and seeing all that part of Arkansas. Because that was my thing before I started riding a motorcycle. I was into, camping and hiking, and on my way down Arkansas Highway 215, I started, looking and was like, okay, well, that waterfall's over there, and there's that trail, and here's this campground, and so, I mean, there's just plenty to do in that area. So anyway, I make it to the end of Highway 215 there and make a left onto Arkansas Highway 103, and that's what takes you into Owerk. So I head up the road a couple miles, and then I'm in the community of Owerk, and the Owerk General Store is there on the right. Now, you never know it by looking on the outside of the building other than there being a crowd of people in the parking lot, but there's actually a really good restaurant there. And they have good burgers and pie and, a couple other things. So I pulled in and walked inside and was able to meet Dave and Angie for the first time. We had a good time. Lunch was good. Had, quite a few laughs, and it was funny whenever we went to leave and pay our bill. Dave was at the counter, and there was a young man there working the register and totaling everything up. And he happens to look over at the cook behind the grill and says, "Hey, how do I make this pie a la mode?" Well, without missing a beat, Dave goes, "You put ice cream on top of it." So that's kind of our inside joke for that little trip. So anyway, we pay the bill. We go outside, and I go and get a sticker out of my bike and put on the front of the Owerk General Store. So I've left my mark on this historic landmark there in western Arkansas. After that, Dave, Angie, and I, we visited in the parking lot, and I gave them a couple poker chips that I brought with me, as well as a couple of my Glide Arkansas stickers. and we then headed out, and it was my understanding that we were going back over to Cass. Well, after watching Dave and Angie's video, apparently they wanted to keep going south on Highway 103 into Clarksville. That would have saved some time for me, but it's all hindsight at this point. So anyway, I made the right-hand turn back onto Arkansas Highway 215 and headed back to the community of Cass. And a lot of that footage that you just saw, that's what that's from. And then the last little video clip is me crossing the Mulberry River and then the Turner Bend stores there on the left. So we continued to travel down the pig trail, Arkansas Highway 23, until we got back to the city of Ozark, Arkansas. Dave and Angie, they turned back to the west so they could head back to northwest Arkansas. I hopped back on Interstate 40, that way I could get back to central Arkansas because I had a meeting to get to. But all in all, we had a good time and a great day. Afterwards, Dave told me that Angie had heard about there was supposedly a better restaurant over in that area around Owerk that we're going to check out next time, so I look forward to that. So this has also been an exciting week because on YouTube I have gotten over 100 subscribers, so I just want to take the time and thank each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. I've posted on Instagram. Next week I'm going to be talking about the Harley-Davidson police models, like what makes them different, what's different from the police model than say like a street glide or a road glide. So y'all be sure, if you haven't already, click the subscribe button down below and then hit the bell notification so that way you're notified whenever I upload a new video, especially next week's video. Leave me a comment down below, hit the like button. I appreciate you guys watching. Ride safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.